your dot table name is not supported. If you are in the same database, it will work, but if you are referring to other database, it will not work. That is a concept. Okay, so I think we have done with this one. Okay, so we have went in detail. If you go to the screenshot, it was only just nominal one. Okay, so we have went to this. Any doubt here? So that I'll just delete these resources. Any doubt, guys, or no?
Hello.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
Um, just a clarification on the external table that was created for the data warehouse.
Okay,
So what you mean is, so we created an external table to access the files, right? And then we created a distribution table using that external table. So
yes,
what
yes.
you mean is when the file is deleted, will the data still be stored in the data warehouse?
No, file when the file is deleted, you will not have data, right? It's
Okay.
trying to read the data from the file only. So every day the files would be coming from the customer.
Okay.
Whatever you get today, you get in the night, and you using that select statement get into a staging table. From there you put into target table.
Okay.
That is what I have told you. Assume that external table that you are creating is a staging table.
Whatever
External
in the
table.
on the files
Yeah,
on the current
yeah,
list. Okay.
yes. And after that, you create an internal table saying that as distribution there, so that you copy the data from external table, the internal table distribution. After that, you update or insert with your target table. That is what I told the example there. CTAS is what that we have told. And I
Okay.
told why we should go for that, because to minimize your logging to easy migration. And next one is you can tell what partition, what distribution you can tell. That is what we have told. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, go to documentation, you'll get much more. I think what we have talked spoke also we have spoke. They might be giving in 10 pages. I have told in 2 hours.
Hmm.
Okay, that is what I think we have started 6:30 my time. I have taken only hardly 20 minutes break. It's 9:40, 9:55. So continuously we are talking about that for 2 hours, 2 hours 15 minutes or 2 hours 30 minutes, right? So we have spoke much. What more than what documentation, what the content is being designed. Okay, actually content presentation should be only for if you go to this, it should be only for 15 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes only, but we are exceeding that 2 to 3 times. Okay, so just to give you heads up what is happening this all. Just just creating a database or SQL, everyone can create. It is only a portal that you create, click on click it happens. But you need to know internally what happens, how you load the data, what is that distribution patterns. They have only told, they have not given an example except this external table. Okay, right. Don't worry, these all scripts, I'll give you all the scripts tomorrow before we wind up. And the people who are there till tomorrow, till end, will only get the scripts. It's not that you just, because tomorrow is the last day, people leave from second half. I'll not give any script file. Even my training consultants will also not give. Okay. If you want, ask me the questions. I'll give the script file, everything. You take it and use for the next reference. Even this all, whatever you're doing lab access, I'll share you that all answer sheets also. You can compare, or after you, whenever you have time, you can go through each and every topic and see that answer, go through that case study, that you can do it, so you'll get some understanding, because we are doing with the all topics here. Okay, ठीक है, चलो, right. So let's go with other topic now. I'll just delete these resources. Yeah, I think resource getting deleted, but that is some pool, it is telling that pool is getting from 200 to 500. Okay, yeah, just disconnect this. I think there was good, right, on SQL database. So they are making some more changes also. You'll get, so that Ash table has got only with a single table, single column. You'll get with multiple columns also very soon. Now what we'll do is, now we'll talk with Azure. What is this? Yeah. We'll talk with Azure Data Factory. Yeah, we'll go with Azure Data Factory. Then we'll come back to Azure Databricks. Then in the evening we'll see that Cosmos DB. We'll see how much time would permit. So we'll see. So we'll talk. We'll just talk on. So we have 1 more hour to go for lunch. I think 11. What is your time now in
So
Singapore?
12:27.
12:37.
27.
Okay. Okay. We'll speak for 1 hour. Then we'll leave. Okay. Then we'll come practicals when we are doing it. Okay. We'll talk about Azure Databricks. Sorry, Azure Data Factory. Yeah. I'm just seeing where what is that, which model. Yeah, seventh model. We'll go for that. Okay. Yeah. I think everyone might aware that this is data orchestration tool. So what is, you might know that ETL process, right? Nothing but this is batch processing. Means you will get data in files, or you get data connecting to other relational databases, or data in the files getting and putting into some storage ready FTP or SFTP in the customer location. You need to copy that files into Azure and you need to process. So here what you do ETL process, nothing but you take the data from the source. On source of the data you define some business rules, so that business rule would fit to your business requirement. That is nothing but you are cleaning the data, because you when data you are getting from some other sources, it need not meet it in all the data may not meet your requirement. Some data would be there which is not going to meet your requirement. So those type of data you will be cleaning it. So for that cleaning purpose, in that cleaning also you can have multiple business rules defined. So you have 100 columns. You based on 10 columns you want to filter the data, saying that this should be not be null, this should not contain that, this should not contain so and so, this should not contain some special characters or something else. You'll check. So this all checking on one column after other column, or you get the data in the files. How do you load into a table? After that, how do you apply? You have filter, you have derived column. These all you have many number of transformations. So those all transformations are done using Azure Data Factory. So this is also PaaS service. So you know Informatica, you know SSIS. If you go to data stage, not what has happened before the cloud has come. So what happens there? You need to have a machine. After that, you install operating system. After that, you install this Informatica or SSIS or data stage onto that machine. Now, when you go to this Azure Data Factory, which is a PaaS service, you need not worry about the system. You need not worry about the software. Everything is a PaaS service, which once you click, it is going to get created. Regarding that upgradation software related to this, all Microsoft takes care. So using this Azure Data Factory, you are going to connect to different sources and get the data, then clean the data and load it into a target. That is what you are going to do here. But ultimately, you need to know this is a PaaS service. You need not bother. Everything Microsoft takes care, even scheduling also. So job. So you do this read ETL process repeatedly, right? Because files comes daily. You want to extract the data from some RDBMS systems, from Oracle or Postgres or MySQL. So that is not one time activity. That is every day you need to do it. So that how you do, you can't go and do manually. You just schedule. You schedule a job. at particular point of time, then at that particular point of time, that job is going to get triggered and collect the data from there and put, then it will try to load. This is what it is going to do, right? Now go here. So what you are going to learn: introduction to Azure Data Factory, understand Azure Data Factory components, integrate Azure Data Factory with Databricks. We'll see Databricks in the second half after lunch is over. So after Databricks demo is over, then we'll see how to integrate. So you have a separate activity called Azure Databricks activity, then you can go there. Now come here. What is Azure Data Factory? Data Factory process, Data Factory component, Data Factory security. So we already spoke Azure Data Factory is nothing but ETL tool, and this is a PaaS service which is meant for data orchestration, either for moving the data from one location to the other location, or copying it, or you want to apply some business rules and clean the data. Process is nothing but ETL process. Components, we'll see that. Azure Data Factory security, we'll see. Come here. So you can, what is Azure Data Factory? It creates, orchestrates, and automates the moment transformation or analysis of data through in the cloud. Okay, creates, orchestrates, move the data, automates the moment. Yes, once you schedule, it is automatically doing it. So here manual process is not required. Automatic automation is working here. You're scheduling it at certain point of time, automatically work is done for you. After that, you do analysis of data through the cloud. Okay, just see. This is a process. Collect, connect and collect. So from the source, for the source, you need to collect, right? Connect to that for the source and collect the data from there. Then before you put into target, you need to transform in this. Nothing but when you're connecting and collecting there, data would be coming, unwanted data would be there. You need to clean that data. So how do you clean? You're going to use some transform enrich. So you define the business rules there. After that, you push into the publish, nothing but you push into target. Then you monitor. So what is that happening from connect to publish? That is from extract to load and between transformations. What is that happening? You can monitor. So if you feel like if job is getting failed, or it is taking huge amount of time, or it has got succeeded, so those all you can monitor here. You can go into monitor, or you can have some email alert also, whether it is failed or success, whatever would be. So these all you can do it. Connect, collect, then you clean the data, then push it into target, then you monitor what is that happening. Okay, so nothing but now come here. Azure Data Factory components. So what are the components here? So data set, linked service, activities, pipeline. These are the four activities. These are the four components you have. Okay, we'll see that. What is that? So pipeline is nothing but set of activities. Activity is nothing but where you define your business logic to clean the data is the what activity. That activity requires this data set. So what is data set? Whether you want to connect to the table or you want to connect to the file. You need to tell, because when you define the activity that contains the source and destination also. Between that you define a transformation. That transformation logic is defined in activity. But the transformation can't do it for should connect to the source and destination, right? That you where you tell what is source, what is destination. Source might be a file, but destination might be a SQL server or table. So when you say file, you need to tell what is the type of file, where is this file located, is it onto your local machine or is it stored in Azure storage or what? Then authentication. Even if you tell you stored in Azure storage, access keys, these all are mentioned there. If you go to a target SQL server, then what is the server name, what is the database name, what is the table name, what are the username and password. These all have to be told in data set and linked service here. Okay, so pipeline is nothing but a group of activities, and that activity will use your data set and linked service. Okay, yes, see. control flow parameters, integration runtime. So this is a role you need not worry. So which data factory process involves using compute resource to produce data to feed production environments with clean, transform and enrich. Which data factory component controls the transformation logic or analysis commands of Azure Data Factory works. So activities. So each and everything has got some activity. Data factory components, linker service, data sets, data factory activities, pipeline example. So if you see this linker service, data store and data bricks, data set activities, nothing but your cleaning pipeline. So pipeline contains number of activities there. Then you're triggering that pipeline. So we'll do this all. When the pipeline is run, now you can see that data going there. What is this integration runtime? We'll see that. So linked service, this all. So now Azure Data Factory has come with the version 2. When you go to version 1, that was around some 5 years back. So you need to write everything in a JSON file. JSON file. So you need to write these all. So they give predefined template. Go there and provide appropriate value in the template in JSON template. That is what you need to do it. But now Microsoft has changed everything and they have got into GUI, graphical user interface. Okay, so you need not worry. This was in version 1, not here. This is what. But this is what you used to do it in version 1. You need not worry. This all you can do it in GUI in version 2. When you want to run, what is the interval, that frequency, availability, is all. Okay, this was what you have done. Now data movement activities, data factory activities. So data movement activities simply move data from one data source to other. So the common example is copy activity. Data transformation used to compute resources to change or enhance the data through transformation, or it can call a compute resources. Control flow, or orchestrated pipeline activities that includes chaining activities is all. Okay, we'll see this all. Pipeline is, as I told you, pipeline is nothing but a group of logical activities, right? A pipeline can be scheduled, so activities can be executed within when it is executed. Pipeline can be managed and monitored. Okay, we'll see that practically. I'll show you. So these are the activities. Just leave on the right side. Just see on the left side. You have this all activity. Data transformation activity, compute. Hive, Pig, MapReduce, Hadoop Stream, machine learning, batch execution, update, stoposer.net. Come to this. Okay, you can see there. A JSON file is embedded into an activity JSON definition. How to set up Azure Data Factory? Inject data using copy activity. Transform data using mapping data flow. How do you create? Okay. So what is this integration runtime? We'll see. So now the next question is this. As I told you, Azure Data Factory is a PaaS service which is going to get created in a data center in East USU somewhere. But I want to copy the data from my local machine from D drive. So you have seen that files I have uploaded that folder. From there I want to copy the files. Then how do you connect to your local machine with the data center? It's not so easy. You can't, because there should be some mechanism to connect because both should have to your data center and your machine should come into one synchronization, because you want to copy the data from your local files, right? Local drive. So how do you get into synchronization? So at that time you use this integration runtime. I'll tell you. Okay. So this integration runtime has to install on your local machine. We'll do this example. Don't worry. Transforming data with the mapping data flow. code-free data transformation scale. Okay, we'll see this also, data flow, but there is a limitation on this data flow. What is that? I'll tell you. Integration with Azure Databricks. So we'll see this when we have created. Okay, right now let's see. Leave this. We'll do that when we create that. When we create Azure Databricks. Okay, let's go. Now I'll go to Azure Data Factory. Just see Azure Data Factory. Okay, you have this. Go there. I'm trying to create. Just see. Go to resource. I'll create a new resource group. RG-ADF Azure Data Factory. Okay, I'll go to East ES2. I'll give name ADF training data moment version 2. It's already taken. Yeah, it's available. Version 2 here, version 1 and version 2. So version 1 is no more used now. Now go to GitHub configuration. I'll just say no. We'll do later. Networking, advanced. So here you have that managed instance, that is managed virtual network. This is all. Okay. And here you have public endpoint and private endpoint. Go to advanced tags here, review. Let me get created. I'll take hardly 10 or 15 minutes more and leave. Okay. Then we'll do once we come back from the lunch, then we'll try to do example there. Before that, I'll just create. I'll tell you what is what. Then we'll go. I'll not create or install anything. I'll just show you interface. What are the activities would be there? What you can do it? What is linker service? This all I'll tell you. Then actual when we come for the after lunch, we'll do it. Just click on create here. Validation has got passed. Hardly I'll take 10-15 minutes. So my time 10:30. I'll wind up. Any doubt in between, you can ask me before we complete that. Any doubt here? ठीक है. No worries. Yeah, I'll just show that screen. Yeah, this is what created. Okay. Now Azure Data Factory, go there. Now this is where you are in Azure Data Factory. Now go to author and monitor. Go to documentation. You'll have some few of the videos also here. Okay. Just leave. So I'll just click on author and monitor. Azure Data Factory version 2. Click on author and monitor. Okay. I'm using other credential, but this is asking me something different. Okay, let me go there. Okay, author and monitor here. Okay, just see. It will not ask you, but because I signed out, so it was asking me at all. So now you can see this. So yeah, now this is the interface. So you have home here. So this is where you are here. So you can see some of the videos which are already recorded. You can just go through there. Now click on when you are in the home, it is showing overview. When go to the pipes pencil symbol, there you can create. You go to pipeline. So you're getting for each and so a pipeline is each and every pipeline will get these all activities. Move and transform, Azure Data Explorer, general. Okay, then data lake analytics. So these are all the activities. General. Go to this HD Insight. Go to iteration and controls. So these are the activities you have, right? So for each and every pipeline you get that. Okay. So you have your data sets. Here you have data flow. These all. We'll see these all in practical later. So every pipeline has got. So this is a data. This is the activity. This is a pipeline is got. So I'll just do copy activity. Later I can put data flow. I can map like this. Then I'll go to general. What I'll do, I'll just say lookup. I'll add here. Then I'll go stop cursor here. I'll put. Then I'm adding here. Right? This is what. So this pipeline is in the logical group of this activity. So this is nothing but you're dictating what should happen. First, copy data should execute. Then data flow one. Then lookup. Then store process should execute. This is what you are telling to execute your pipeline. Okay. So this pipeline is nothing but group or logical set of activities. Okay, now this is pipeline. Just leave. I'll just discard, then it will get deleted. Now go to monitor. If you go to monitor, so you can the pipeline is going to get triggered. So those are pipeline name, start time, end time, duration, triggered by debug, pipeline name, start time, duration, start, these all. These are getting here. And integration runtime, self-hosted. So when you go to integration runtime, whenever you create Azure Data Factory, by default you'll have this. You are having this self-hosted integration runtime. Okay, by default you'll have sorry, not self-hosted. Whenever you create Azure Data Factory resource, by default auto resolve integration runtime is available by default. Okay, by default. So if you go to self-hosted, you don't have. If you go to Azure, you have auto resolve. If you go to SSIS, you don't have. So on basis of requirement, you need to create. If you go to data flow, then you can monitor this start date, time load, integration runtime, this alerts and metrics. You can go and create an alert and metric to know what is that happening. Alerts and metric. Now go to this manage. You have a linked service that you can see whatever you have created. Integration runtime that you wanted to create any one. Now you have triggers. Go and create a trigger. Yeah, global parameters. Go and add the global parameters like this. Add a parameter. So you know that global, if you have a global parameter, that parameter can be used across all the pipelines. That is what you can do it. So this all you can do this. Okay. So what is time now? I think it is 10:20 for me. So we'll hang out for break. And once we are back from the break, we'll try to connect and see practical exercise. We'll try to see this all integration runtime. We'll try to see this data flow. All we'll see in practical. Don't worry. I've just told you what is what. We'll do it. I need to install these all. So we'll not do it after lunch. We'll do it so that you'll be able to remember that. Is it okay? Unmute and speak.
Yeah,
Yep.
should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to install any tools to perform the task.
Yeah. I'll show you. You need to install integration runtime, not any other tool which is part of your Azure Data Factory. You need to do it, not any
Okay.
other thing. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll see that. Okay. Right. What is now it is 10:20 for me. We'll go out for break and we'll be connecting at 11:30. So I'm giving 1 hour 10 minutes of break. Okay, 1 hour 10 minutes. Just take the break. So 11:30 we'll ask